Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your Sensei Al Bob. And we have a live guest here, Mad Dog.
Hi.
And what is your job here, or your raison d'etre?
I'm the art department coordinator
Okay.
here at Warren Wilson College.
Yep,
we
yep.
Have a exhibition by Eric Baden
Right.
for you today.
And that's where I'm going off to. She's a very, very busy, important woman, so I won't take up any more of her time. But we'll see her again in a day or two.
Nice to meet you.
Yep. So Warren Wilson, how would you describe Warren Wilson?
Warren Wilson is a liberal arts
School.
college in Swannanoa, North Carolina.
And kind of focused on art
We
or
have
culture.
We have an arts and crafts program,
Right.
and then we also have a farm program and do a lot of our own,
And everything else, science, math,
all those things,
all that stuff.
Sustainable agriculture, we do
Right.
all that.
Well, you know what I thought that was truly sustainable was when we got off of 40 at the Swannanoa exit. We took the right and then the left at the next light. That used to be a big forest there.
It did, yeah.
And then they put a god awful whatever that is. And boy, that was sustainable.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It really
I bet
is.
you that was made by a Warren Wilson graduate who graduated in environmental science and sustainability.
I hope not. It's a god awful.
Anyway, so we're going to take a little look at Eric's work here. Eric's a photographer. He's more than that. Oh, here it is. One fine day, etc. Right? Eric, budding photographer. Can you read this? I'll read it to you. What do you have here? I asked. Odds and ends. She said, my house is a choke full of other people's things. As they went away, they chose my house to store their belongings, but not one of them has ever come back to claim them. The room kept you in here at the back. I keep it cleaned out in case anyone comes. Pedro Pomo, John Raphael. Several years ago, I wrote the following to accompany exhibition, including a number of my photographs. Photographs presented here are a selection from the ongoing series titled One Fine Day. They are settings and glimpses that capture my attention while wandering, made with no specific assignment of particular subject matter. I am interested in the details of the personal encounter as my expediently meeting old friends on the street in many new cities, this discipline, tension between. Sometime later, pandemic struck. We were all in uncharted territory. Not really. I knew the territory that was charted. So here's some photos of one fine day. I don't know which one, close up or far away. So his work is very organic. Everything is organic. And even though it looks like a collage, what is truly amazing about, and I've known Eric for 40, almost 50 years, and he is a straight-on photographer. He doesn't do any tricks with the camera. I was a tricky monkey, so I used to do a lot of that. And these are all straight-on photographs. And they, like I said, many of them look like collages, but they're not. And Eric will be here in a little bit, and we'll ask him what they mean if he's got time to do it. So what do you guys think? This is art. So Eric and his lovely wife have spent many years in South America, Mexico, Central America. And that's a picture from the place in Mexico. So there's probably 100 or so images. And this is what life's about, you know? Not running around working in a factory or, you know, for a corporation like I did for 10 years working for desperate lawyers. Made a lot of money. All I did was get fat, right? Eric has always stayed thin. And this is one of my favorite images. So see, you think this is a straight on photo of that image. I mean, all these things are things he kind of collected and put together that really represent a deep, you know, gestalt, a deep psychic, energetic. And that's, you know, my work definitely way different than his, because my photography was, I always interacted with people. I was a newspaper photographer. So I never took the picture of the crashed car or whatever. I always took pictures of people and their response to whatever was going on. And that was my style. And that's what got me into Magnum. So all of this stuff. So these are all just straight on images of things that he has, you know, found, collected, and then kind of he would put them together. Like this picture is a good example. You know, he kind of, you know, made that kind of collage, the mushrooms and the violet below, and a picture of the woman, and a piece of wood over her face, or it's metal. And what's I always loved about Eric's work is that individually these images stand alone quite nicely, but together they make a statement that goes deeper than words. You know, so I'm a wordsmith. I write, right? And so what do you think? No, I'm disappointed that they don't have a chair in here because I love museums. I have chairs so you can sit and ponder on the work. A guy like me, it's hard for me to get around. So I'm just going to go through the work. I'm going to come back here a few more times. I'm going to probably be in Ashpit till next week because there are loads of other people and other couches I can sleep on. Now, I hope you can, you know, manipulate the image, not manipulate it so much, but zoom in, zoom out, maybe get it more focused. I'm kind of going through this quickly, but you can stop at any of these images. I like this one a lot. I hear its voice. There he is, the man, the myth, the exceptional one.
You're the exceptional one.
We're in the live stream together. Hey, everybody. This is Meredith.
Hey, Meredith. Al,
Nice to meet
like your ink.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're like a religious icon.
Oh, that's the best compliment I've ever had.
I'm good for that.
That's big. Yeah.
So what's, can we walk around there? You can talk or we...
Quick and Nick.
Quick Nick?
Yeah. Meredith, are you working at the archives?
Yeah.
How's that going?
At Western Regional?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm for PEG, right? Yeah, like PEG 3 service as a service project.
Are they keeping you busy?
Yeah, I'm going through all of Pete and Elizabeth Jenner-John's.
So you're an archivalist? Is that what you would...
Yeah, I'm pursuing my master in library science.
Yeah. I've some library friends.
Yeah.
Actually, my present girlfriend's a librarian.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the girlfriend?
Well, we
Only the present.
right. Once, just in the moment.
Yeah, I'll put your stuff right here because I'm about to go.
Oh, okay. You got my bag too, the black?
Yeah, your bag's right here.
Right, okay.
Plugged in.
Plugged in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, I'll see you again, Mad Dog. So, what I was telling the world was that each individual piece stands alone very nicely, but together. So tell me just a few words of motivation.
Okay,
What
so
you're feeling.
I'm going to tell you a few words of that based on what you just said in
Right.
terms of but together.
Mhm.
So,
I read the audience what you wrote there, so that gives you the heads up about that.
good.
Stand in the light, so.
That's what God said.
Stand in the light, son.
Um,
I won't break your thought.
So I was offered the space, and these walls are movable.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing was, and it was a little different. It was different at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I came in and I moved the walls where I wanted
Mhm.
to configure the space.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know exactly what I was going to show, but
You picked the space first. You
I organized the space and also the color. I sent them how I wanted the
I like it.
color.
What do they call that? Navajo white or something?
This one happened to, I was in,
Because it's a very deserty. I mean, it goes. To
I was
the-
in Mexico, I think, at the time, and I called it warm peach, but I sent them a little sample. But then when I came here, I picked up paint samples around, and the one that I wanted was called coconut cream.
Coconut cream. Oh yeah.
But the point being, I thought I was going to have less work and mat them, possibly frame, but
Too expensive.
way too expensive, even for the mat board. So I said, no possible way can I afford it. So the way this plays into what you're asking and mentioning is that I knew they were going to be unframed, unmatted, so that they communicate differently with
Yeah.
each
Oh yeah.
other.
Oh yeah.
And
They're organically connected. Where they're framed and matted, they'd be individual motifs.
these get 4 magnets on them.
They're reproducing.
So
So there's a metal back there.
They're roofing nails. I told them I wanted these magnets, 6 millimeters, and 3/4 inch roofing nails,
So you
which
didn't-
are short but have a flat, wide head.
so you wouldn't perforate the paper.
No, not that. They're behind here. I can only show you and the rest of the world.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it is copyright along with my business.
That's a private joke.
And, but a legal reality. Anyway, and so,
And what I also love about it, there's
Yeah.
a real progression. I mean, thoughtful placement of each image,
Totally.
going
Totally.
image to image.
and I'll show you how I worked that out. So then I set it up, and then if we can, do you want to ask about anyone before we leave the gallery?
No, because they also stand alone. And I was describing to everyone that how you were a straight on photographer and that it's almost like I used to be an installation guy. Each
Yeah.
of these images are like an installation that you photograph. So it's like you're a double artist.
Oh, well, it's not here now, but I can show you on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
What? One fine day, etc.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Great haircut, by the way. Yeah.
Let's see how much juice we got left. Oh, we still got a little bit. So this is Warren Wilson, quite the extraordinary school because of the extraordinary people that are here, like you guys.
I'm here.
I mean, it's not the buildings that make Warren Wilson.
Hi, Big Al.
See, I used to
You
be
have to
this.
be in it.
I used to be this big. So what am I? I'm not. I guess I'm still Big Al. And you're-
Duh.
Yeah, duh.
The energy.
Right.
Is important.
Yes. Okay. Get in the picture. Oh boy.
We're all on the live stream.
A life of art.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
You always been an artist, girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. Always.
Okay.
Okay. Are we out of here, or are we still?
Would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
When you get to the archive, say hi to Sarah for me.
Okay, I'm signing off,
She's trying to
kids.
be crazy.
Is
Love
she?
you.
She wants to keep every little thing.
That's what an archivalist does.